sitting listening to the sounds of the birds. Listening to the sounds of mechanical vehicles that mankind has assembled together. It's a type of man and a type of mind. And the vehicles are they are mobile. They are mechanically put together by human beings. His or her knowledge, his or her imagination built the engine, motor, or if they are the same, comes out of one's mind, the use of one's hands, his eyes, his thoughts, something that man naturally wants to display, his talents, his gifts, his skills. And appreciation, the opportunity and appreciation of giving the life or mobility to something as an accomplishment. The intentions of which an individual uses a thing is the misuse of it becomes a problem. Even the human makeup, faculties, is consciousness, its nature. One must try to remove him or herself from disturbances of and from others. The natural sound of the chirping of a bird, like that bird wakes up and some will say give praise, in submission. That's a beautiful thing. My 3 core values is opportunity, expression and appreciation. Living in a certain geographical location is the sky different? The water have some differences: salt water, fresh water, milky water. Are the people different? In certain geographical locations, the physical features look similar, but yet different. Certain geographical locations, our interactions may be different, but similar. What is this all about? I'm realizing the traumatic experiences of a illness that we become subjected to that experience, and it becomes a disease. Then it becomes a sickness. You wake up in the morning and you are waking up to a lot of noise and disturbances of others. And even if you wake up in the morning from the previous night, going to rest with a lot of heavy things on your mind, and you carry that over to the next morning, it's like maybe some who are subjected to the traumatic experiences wake up with that, go to sleep with that, wake up with that, because it has not been dealt with clinically, and put that disturbances on other folks. It's very challenging indeed. So the illness of being subjected to traumatized experience of life the disease of that traumatized experience and the re-traumatize of that experience creates the drama, the plot thickens. That experience becomes a disease that spreads abroad. Therefore, it becomes a sickness. a mental illness. The challenge is when a person knows this and have experienced this and is interacting with it and interacting with others that care nothing about trying to rid themselves of that is the challenge. One of the ways while I'm here right now is removing myself from it. That the spreading of the re-traumatized experience and not to play a part in the drama of the traumatic experience of another. Finding solace, a peaceful geographical location, space. There was a gentleman who talked about travel. I believe his name was Twain. They called him Mark Twain. He says travel helps to eliminate prejudice and bigotry. I've come to learn to know that prejudice is an attitude and discrimination is a behavior. So if one has the incorrect attitude, that means he or she is incoherent. Because the problem is not the problem, it's the attitude that you have about the problem. The same level of consciousness that created the problem won't solve the problem. Insanity is one who refuses to take the responsibility to deal with the consequences of his or her own actions. The problem only becomes a problem when you take the eye off the goal. The eye is accountability. When you are accountable, you come into complete civility. When you come into complete civility, you should be at peace. That means we're no threat to one another. It seems as though the plot thickened and the re-traumatization and the experience and that the re-traumatization of the spirit and the drama that it creates. People don't get the right attention that they need. Maybe it's from childbirth. There's some neglect that is going on. I'm no psychologist, no sociologist. To deal at a certain level of people, if I may use that, is like common courtesy. No one, like not no one, but it seems as though those who subjected themselves to the traumatic experience and re-traumatizing that experience, and then the contamination of it spreads to others and creates a drama, a scene. And in the scene, you got actors in a play, actors in that scene and the role in which they play. Struggle is not to be to play a leading role or to be a part of the supporting cast of the trauma, of the drama, and of the re-traumatizing experience, but to sit back and reflect, because some would know that in any tragedy that is displayed is not for entertaining purposes only. It's to reflect what's going on amongst the society. So when people use the Set and the Haru or the Cain and Abel, it is a reflection of what's going on amongst humanity in the society. And it's associated with a fractured society. Where brother kill brothers. People kill people. Because that which is lost is when we take each other's good intentions for granted, and we're losing, some people are losing their ability, losing the exercising the ability to learn how to reason with one another. And that's losing their confidence, their ability, and our ability to reason with one another. And when you're unable to reason with one another, we become mentally, it displays that we are mentally incapacitated. Due to not getting the help that you need, due to a traumatic experience in one's life. That's serious, Dad. Because one thing about a blunt object or any object or any traumatic experience, what I've come to, I'm not saying what I've come to learn to know, not that I have experienced such trauma, is that there is a delayed reaction to the experience. Until next time, enjoy the beauty of this life.